So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So I got two things to talk about. One is the part 1 of Goosebumps on 2003. This has been adapted. This is like the third time this stuff has been adapted. Well, by 3 different studios. And there's also the other thing I need to talk about. Let's go on the news first, then we'll do the that I did not talk about yesterday on my last video. My regular videos, not my playthroughs. My playthroughs are just playing games, so those ones don't count. And I played those games like last week or the week before. So, anyway, so this is for Daredevil Born Again. Now, if you haven't, sometimes you guys who are normies might forgot that this show probably been canceled because of this dumb strike that had to happen. But apparently, I guess Kevin Feige got hold of the script for the episodes and decided he hates some of it because maybe it came with ideas that he didn't like. And a lot of people have not liked a lot of the movies lately. Since Endgame. And I'd rather, if they're going to make this series, I want them to make it good. Because how long ago that show ended, or got canceled. And because Disney decided, we want to have those 4 characters, but then we close those 4 characters off for 5 actually, counting Punisher. We want those 5 characters that come with their villains and stuff like that. And instead of letting Netflix have them. But the thing is, if Disney makes this show, it's not going to be as violent as the one that Netflix did it. There's no way Kingpin's going to kill somebody with a car door. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really think that it would do that. But I really hope it's still a good show. So whenever it comes out, it comes out. But right now, they really can't write on it because they really can't film anything right now still. Because even though the writer's strike is done, the actor strike is going still. So they can't really film anything. They're not allowed to write until the actors are done doing stuff. So yeah. But apparently, everybody who was working on it got fired because Kevin Feige didn't like it. So another thing that probably will get lost because of them not liking it. And usually when they don't like it, it's not good. So who knows when that one's going to come out. Isn't that the next one that comes out after Echo? I don't know. I just know Stinger Invasion sucked. And Loki is fine. The first 2 episodes, it's kind of hard to judge until all the episodes are up and see how good it is. But we'll see. Now for the next one, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I should have wore my Scream shirt when I wore yesterday. Today, oh well. But this is for Goosebumps. Now, for all you people who were around the 90s, like myself, I was around the 90s, but people who aren't watching this probably weren't around the 90s. There's a series of books called Goosebumps, and there was also a TV show that was around for Goosebumps, and then 2015 or 2014, there was a movie Then there was a sequel to that movie a lot of people didn't like because I didn't. It was fine to me. It was fine. I think I liked the first one better. Until then, that one was. I would say some of the episodes in the TV show were good. Some of them were scary. Um, the movie was not scary. I would say that one's more of a comedy. So yeah, no wait. But this one actually was these 5 episodes. I guess there's gonna be 10. This is a one-parter because the way they cliffhanger. And sadly, so spoilers ahead. Okay, I gotta adjust this right. Readers beware, you're in for a scare. Or viewers beware, you're in for a scare. Scary enough for you guys? I really hope so. Or do you want me to say it like this? Readers beware, you're in for a scare. Which one was scarier? So, now, I'm not gonna really care about I don't really care about who's dating whom and stuff like that. But I'm mostly gonna compare this to what book is which. And now, remember, let me explain something to you guys. It's been forever since I've read these books, and some of them I have not even read. Some of them I just watched the TV show. So, the first episode is called Cheese or and Die. So that one was an actual book. I remember that book. It was about a kid who took pictures with a camera, and every time they took pictures of the camera, it caused something bad to happen in the future. The person that's in the camera, and it showed that person in an accident. So now this is not exactly what's being adapted here, because yes, that does happen to 3 of the characters in this episode. That happens to Jane, Isaac, and one that you kind of forget about because he's not in that show very often. It's Isaac's girlfriend. Where is she? She's not on Pier. Don't you hate when that happens? Allison, okay. Allison, got a picture taken and she was scared she was gonna fall. Isn't, Morgan, thought she was gonna choke on, like, candy bars because she's allergic to peanuts and ate the wrong candy. And then, Isaac, broke his arm when he was going to go and play football for his football team. After they had a party at an old abandoned house, it was now actually this guy new home from Brad, because 1993. This is when the show takes place first, and we see a old Polaroid camera. Now, when we were kids, we had to take pictures, get a little black box, a photo that you'd shake sometimes you wouldn't, you just wait till it evolves. And then, so, now it's how Polaroid cameras work, kids. And those had films in it. They were not digital. So, yeah. So a kid named Harold gets trapped in a fire and burned, and there's already the mask there, the picture, and worms, and a cuckoo clock. Now, all of these is referenced later on in episodes. Isaac gets the picture, gets the camera, and James gets the cuckoo clock, and then Isabella gets the mask. And what was the 4th kid who got the worms? Isaac, I think Isaac gets the worms. Okay, so, and we find out later on in these episodes that each of these 5 kids, their parents is kind of responsible for somebody's death. It's kind of I know you did last summer kind of thing. They're responsible for somebody's death. So yeah, so it kind of reminded me of that movie. And now the ghost is coming out to try to get them, but this time around it's going after their kids by making them wear things and then attack all their people and stuff like that. So, and while this is going around, he possesses the new teacher, the new English teacher, who has to be the stand-in for R.L. Stein. Because the fact that he is wearing glasses and has the same haircut as him, always missing is the mole. He looks exactly like him. He's the stand-in for him. I knew he is, so I'm just waiting for him to show up. He's looking for Slappy, because the whole entire like around episode 4, he's looking for Slappy. So let's get on back to the books that's being adapted here. I already said Say Cheese and Die. That was the first episode. The second one is the Haunted Mask. So that one is you wear a mask and it possesses you and makes you have a completely different personality and take it out. And then Isabella does that to goes and takes it out on her mom, who finds out that she helped somebody cheat, and so did the school counselor, and she locks it up. Oh, actually, she broke. Somebody broke the drone. Who's being what's his name? Isaac broke her drone, and she gets blamed for it because it's her drone. She didn't actually ask to take it, permission, or Tyrone's son, one of those two. He breaks it because he's being a little reckless because his dad has passed. His dad just committed end himself, because later on when he does the episode Eat the Worms, we find out that his dad was trying to jump over like some cliffs and like ride on a motorcycle, but he wanted to die, so he basically ended himself, because I'm not allowed to say that word anymore on YouTube, but I'll get in trouble. So yeah, and so in each one of these, and I think the Cuckoo Clock, I read when I was a little kid, and I was a teenager, I read Say Cheese and Die and Haunted Mansion. I've not read the Cuckoo Clock or Eat Worms, but I watched the episodes. On Cuckoo Clock one, I barely remember this episode for that one, so I'm just going to go off what happens here. Now, what I remember about the old episode, that there was a time loop, but his sister ends up getting erased. And that's the same as like one I'm thinking of, I'm not sure. But this one, the gay kid, James, he is trying to get a guy to like him, and he lies about who he really is, and he still does it by the very end. He still lies because he pretends to like soccer to him and not able to like soccer still, because he reads upon it about the team he likes on the internet. That's still cheating and not being yourself. So you're not really learning your lesson. But it's still, I still find that kind of cute that he tried to learn what soccer was. I got him to talk. I'm not a soccer fan. I don't really like sports. Sorry. But yeah. So, and basically he like hits the Cuckoo Clock, and I guess the bird inside of there makes Duke from it, and he went like did a time loop like at least 7 times, if not more, because there's at least 7 of them they killed, and every time they hit somebody, because at the end of episode 2, Isabel, the one who had the mask on top of her, hits him with a pole ball, and there's yolk everywhere. After Nora, one of the kids' moms, who works at who owns a restaurant, like a coffee shop, and is the mom of the guy who eats worms in episode 4. And there's also Ben, who is the dad, who's the son, is the dad of the guy who broke his arm. We got the one who wrote. Then we have 2 girls. So yeah, they're trying to get. So basically, this kid's trying to get back at them, and using the teacher to do it, and going after the kids who had nothing to do with it. Their parents did, but that's what we find out later. And they kind of possessed them with like a photograph book. Look at these photographs, kind of thing. And Isabella has to sit. No, Morgan. They look the same. Sorry, Morgan, who got choked on candy bar, and she every time she like sits in a room, like she sits at the library, then she sits at the red room. Since we no longer do that kind of stuff, it's now where they have all the equipment, and then they go to auditorium. So she goes back into time, back to 1993, the good old days, and sees Harold with his mom, and for some reason they go after him and make it look like they accidentally killed him. So yeah, and also Tyrell forgot that one of the ones that I forgot. Tyrell eats worm, and the worms like possess him, and every time he does, like he hurts himself, the worms heal him. And he tries to go and do the motorcycle thump that his dad did, and his mom stops him, and then she tries to tell the cops the truth, and she ends up being a psych ward. So yeah, so their parents are the ones who did this, and so the kids are being punished for it, and we have still not seen Slappy. I really hope because there's a part 2 where the next 5 episodes come up, and I really hope that is when they have this. So yeah, they split this. How dare they? So sorry viewers. So I'll see you guys later. Yep. Maybe I should go read those 4 books. But it's been so long since I don't know, and I don't have them around here. Darn it. It's been so long since I read a Goosebumps book. But I think it did a good job. It was not, and some scenes were scary. Unlike Jack Black's one. I like the one that Jack Black made, but really it was just a bunch of Easter eggs ones, and it's not really them any of the character. And then it's just the monsters going after a bunch of kids. Some of them weren't even really being adapted. So that's one thing I had to say bad about that movie. That and they didn't really have these books that are being referenced here in that movie. So I'm happy that we didn't have the haunted mask in that one. So yeah. But we'll see how Slappy is adapted next in part 2. So I'll see you guys later. Like, here to subscribe. If I'm not gonna, I'll see if I post this week or wait until the 20th. But we'll find out. So bye bye.